As we go through all of the items that I've brought for this, not only do I want your opinions, but after each item, I want to see if either of you can guess the theme. Everyone knows this. This is a favorite.
Oh,
this is a fan favorite.
But yeah, that's definitely a smash for me. Charlie?
She's smashable.
Magpul with all of their acronyms.
Hey, when you're a recon Marine, you just make acronyms up and everyone thinks you're cool, so you got to do it.
You know, if you're going to give someone a reach around, at least give it to me.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of the AT3 Tactical Podcast. I swear Charlie's in the room, even though he's not paying attention to the camera. But today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different take on our Smash or Pass series that we've kind of been running. Who stole it? Someone stole that. They were doing it.
Vortex.
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 Well, so I don't think they stole it. I think there's a comment saying Smash or Pass, and they're doing a series of where they're taking the comments and like they're doing something with it. I think it's like they're calling it the spaghetti shootout or something.
So they're not stealing our thunder. It just happens to be a...
No.
One of their viewers is also our viewers,
Hopefully.
And so then they put in the comments after
One of their
podcast.
viewers is our viewer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That
We appreciate
one of you.
We appreciate you. Anyway, what are we doing, Josh?
But we are going to do another different take on it. So the last few times we've done this, we always just let CJ go pick it because normally Charlie and I are too busy, and
We usually
CJ
end up with dumb ideas.
Yeah, and CJ usually CJ usually goes and picks the products that are super hype beast on all the social medias right now. But today,
What happens when I scroll through Instagram all day, trying to come up with ideas for short form content? I just see everyone's cool looking guns and their gun parts. Anyway.
But today CJ was a little busier than I was, so I went and picked the items. Now, as we go through all of the items that I've brought for this, not only do I want your opinions, but after each item, I want to see if either of you can guess the theme. And whoever gets the theme, I'll bring in a free Costco energy drink for you on Monday.
Oh, you're so generous.
Wow. Yeah.
So, hey, those are 83 cents.
I was going to say Costco brand, not the Celsius brand.
The Costco brand is $17 for a 24-pack. You should definitely go get one.
See, he's telling us he's going to bring one of those instead of the Monster Energy pack.
How cool would that be if you go buy guns at Costco at their pricing, bulk pricing?
That would be so cool.
We just need to do better so we can price like we're Costco.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Okay, so what's our first product, Jeff?
Our first item is an Arms Unlimited Ambidextrous mag release.
Okay. I'm smashing these all day. Don't you think, Charlie?
So that particular one, I'm going to pass on. I'm going to pick up the Stinger one.
Oh, really?
Is it just because you're wearing a Stinger hat?
That and
Because of your brand loyalty.
I know where we get the Stinger ones from.
Ah.
It's identical to that one.
Is it really?
So yes, that's actually where we source them from.
Does Stinger sell just the Ambi on its own?
No, I think it's part of the lower parts.
Part of the pack. Okay, so if you wanted just the one on its own, you'd have to
I think
get
you
this
have to
one.
get that.
Okay. So I would say I'm smashing.
Might have to figure that out.
Yeah, for sure. I'm smashing the concept of the plan
yes.
that this is. Of course, I love ambidextrous everything. I like ambidextrous, bolt releases, the phase 5, whatever. I like, I wish they made ambi triggers. That'd be cool. I'm playing.
Ambi grips.
Ambi grips, ambi stocks.
Ambi butt stocks.
Yeah. I wish they made all that other stuff ambi, but
Ambi EOTechs.
So there is a time that I wouldn't run one of these.
What would that be?
It would be any time that weight's a concern. Trying to keep lightweight when ounces matter.
Yeah, those are a bit heavier.
Part of me is like, oh, you're adding another moving part to this because the way that these ambis work, there's essentially a hinge. So when you push on it, it'll actually hinge out.
I wonder how that would be if you put it in some mud and dirt and stuff.
You could lock up this hinge. And it would still work the traditional way. So
sure.
I think that's kind of like the benefit of these is if the hinge system fails, it doesn't completely fail. You still have the traditional.
What was that upper we were looking at yesterday where they had a whole
the Knight's
different
Armament.
Yeah, they had a whole different setup.
They had a lever. It was like a whole secondary system that was milled into the lower, and it was a lever below the mag catch that would essentially rock up like that to push it out.
I see. So it almost operated similar to like a
like
PCC mag release kind of?
It's like they overcomplicated it almost.
It different than the PCC mag release.
Okay.
Because traditionally a mag release is when it's a lever style like this on a PCC, it's going to be like a big arm with a pivot point like here.
Yeah.
And when you push, it's going to come out.
Yeah.
If you push here.
Because the catch on like a Glock mag or something like that is towards
that's
the
just
front.
That's just straight in and out.
Yeah.
Or on a handgun. But
Yeah.
when you go to PCC, it's in a different location, so you need to bring that to the front for the catch. So that's a totally different one. The KC one. Imagine.
It's Knight's Armament Company or
Yes.
corporation.
That your mag catch would slide into your receiver. Imagine milling a hole below it that you could put a lever in and pull it out.
Fascinating.
And then you put a paddle on that.
On the lower.
Yeah, they
Weird.
milled it into the lower.
So you have to get this whole separate lower thing?
Well, it's $1,000 lower from KC.
Oh, I see.
It's
Of
not
course.
just something that you can do.
and that's the strip blower.
You can't
That's-
just get this, CJ.
Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, because it's Knight's Armament, of
Yes.
course. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
You can't
have
just
to
get
be,
it.
You have to be part of the club.
Did you smash your pass on the Knight's Armament upper? Money was not an option. Like, no factor whatsoever.
I'd still pass.
Really? If money was no factor.
So if money was no factor in it, I would still pass. So part of me wants to say like, oh, I would just get some cheaper and spend more money on other parts. But if money's not a factor, I don't think that's necessarily where I want my Ambi mag release. Maybe it is, but I'm not a lefty. So like,
How many times are you really, even the guns that you have this in?
Yeah.
How many times are you interfacing?
like this is really
with
good
that?
for lefties that actually need a button there,
Yeah.
so they don't have to buy a left hand lower. But like in reality, how often are you using this where you're shooting weak hand? If you're a righty, you shoot weak hand, and now you need to change mags.
Charlie, don't you know? Just in case I have to, then I know I got it. Because I'm a tactical bro that has stuff for every occasion. Operator.
Well, so there are times where like you might be holding your gun and it's nice to be able to do it, but from like when you're operating standpoint, I don't see this being all that useful.
See, my thing is, honestly, I've thought about this a lot, actually, and so many gun parts are problems in search of solutions, but then also a lot of gun parts, kind of like this, are solutions for the just-in-case situation, but it's very easy to market those just-in-case situations because we're gun people who's like part of our whole personality is the we live by the what if, we live by the just in case this happens, I have this.
So
part of the reason of
going
like,
back to what you
carrying
said
or owning
earlier,
a gun
it's
in the
like
first place.
having ambi capabilities is always nice, like an ambi safety. I actually use both sides consistently. There's nice to haves with it. Doesn't mean you're going to use it all the time. I guess the biggest thing I look at when it's like an ambi safety that I might use 1% of the time, if it breaks, how does it change? Does it ruin everything else with it? Where like this in particular one, even the Knight's Armament one, I'm pretty sure, even with the Knight's one, that if you essentially welded this pivot point up, it would still function just fine.
Because there's still a spring on the other side with the button
you're still
that's going this way.
You aren't changing the original function. You essentially added like a lever on the top of it that'll, when you push it, it'll just crank it out.
Yeah,
For you, so.
yeah. What about you, Josh? Are you smashing or passing?
So for this specific one, I don't know. I asked Kevin for an Ambi mag release, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I just would grab this one." I don't know why he grabbed this one. This specific one for me is a no. I
Really?
would pass on this one because what does this not come with?
oh, it
button.
doesn't come
It
with
doesn't
a
come with
spring.
a button. It doesn't come with the spring.
Oh, it doesn't.
So if
Yeah.
I were to when I buy lower parts,
So you'd have to use your mil spec or whatever came with
right,
your gun.
I would have, and I would have to like reliably not send that thing into the stratosphere while taking this apart.
Oh, those springs don't go far.
not
They're
that bad.
They're not that big of a deal, but when you
so-
mess it up, you mess it up. So for me,
I've never had one of those springs go because usually you're pressed in on the button as you're unscrewing. So unless you let it go, it's not going to fly.
I've had it happen over there a couple days
You
ago.
guys are special.
No, but yeah, for me, I wouldn't do it because I like to get all of the pieces all at once. That's why I like our foo bag or
Let me throw this at it: is you're upgrading your gun.
right.
You
I
already
would,
have the mag button.
I would still want to get one with those pieces just because I like to have those pieces, even if I don't use them. Right, I'm gonna take the whole mag release out of mine and then I'm going to put it in a little bin on my workbench, and then next time I need a mag release, I've got a whole mag release.
I mean, I'm
I
sure.
don't have a part of a mag release. I have the whole mag release.
I'm sure there are companies too that do have like
there are.
that sell the whole thing,
Yeah,
like
I'm-
Stinger that sell the whole thing as a kit.
Yeah,
so
I don't know how many actually sell this individually as a kit.
as like with the spring, with the button, with everything
Yeah.
else.
So
Because most people, I think, are going to not buy those parts. One of two ways is they aren't going to even think about it unless like you directly tell them that, hey, you might want this too. Or the other one would be is they just don't want to spend the extra, what is it, like $7, $10 for those
right, and
parts.
so if I were buying this one or the Stinger one, and it came like this, and I saw that it came like that, I'd be getting extra
button and
parts
the
to go
spring.
with it. Just because I don't like having parts of parts.
I'm always torn on those, mag catches and mag buttons in particular, because it is very common for them not to be sold as a complete set. So like you can get an extended mag release button, and all you get is the button and the extension, not the spring or the catch.
That's fair.
So-
I don't know. It's kind of like do most triggers come without trigger pins? I feel like most triggers
come
do
without.
Really?
Oh, you're just spoiled by Rise Armament.
Well, no, I'm spoiled by. I mean, like
even ours come
even
with
our
the pins in
triggers.
there.
Like,
They're slaved in there.
Oh.
yeah, like when you buy a trigger, do most triggers come with trigger pins? With
What
with
type
the trigger?
of trigger? A mil spec?
Just any trigger. Yeah,
If
any
you go
trigger.
buy a mil spec trigger off our website, just the trigger, it will not come with pins.
Really?
You have to buy the Pro Builder kit. Because at the end of the day, mil spec is usually fairly cost effective, we'll say. And as soon as I add in trigger pins, my trigger is now more expensive than all the others that are identical to it. So why? And if I'm charging more, how much do you value trigger pins? Not much, especially mil spec ones. Maybe
Anti-walk or something.
anti-walk,
Yeah,
capture
anti-walk
trigger
pins or whatever.
Yeah, like there's some value there. Most cassette triggers do not come with them. You have to supply them. Rise is one of the few companies that do supply them.
Yeah.
But so like if you buy a mil spec trigger,
That actually, Kevin was doing one of the Luth builds, and it had the Luth trigger in there. It didn't have the pins, and he was not happy about that because he had to go get pins.
Oh, yeah.
most triggers don't come with pins.
Fascinating.
Maybe we're all a little spoiled since we have a whole warehouse.
I
full of
think you
stuff.
guys
Maybe
are.
we are. Yeah, maybe we are. Okay, Josh, what do you think? Next.
Do we? Let's see what the guesses are
Oh.
on the themes so far.
Is the theme like ambi parts?
Nope.
No, it's not.
I'm going to say parts that people would have strong opinions on.
I mean, you would have strong opinions on most of this stuff, but that's not the theme that we're going for.
I'm not wrong.
Okay.
It's not the right answer, but I'm not wrong.
Is
next
it?
one's
Can
all
I
the way
can
at
I
the
get
bottom.
clarity on the theme? Is it like a build theme or is it like a theme
All
that?
of these things have something in
Yeah, I think that's
common.
good enough.
Okay.
except for the very last one, which will be what gives away. Don't look in the box.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at what you got in your hand.
Will be the thing that gives away. Everyone knows this. This is a favorite.
Oh.
This is a fan
I got an
favorite.
idea for the theme after we're done with this one.
Okay, so this is a Breek
It's a Breek sledgehammer.
Did they change their packaging?
Yes, they did.
This looks sweet.
They changed to blister packs.
Wow, this looks
Or
way
not blister
better.
packs.
Okay,
but
anyway,
whatever that pack's called.
I won't
from
nerd out over the packaging that people don't know about anyway.
Now
But
they're sonic welding them too. Interesting.
man, looks
Must have
really
had
sweet.
a theft
All the
problem.
marketing nerd is coming out of you guys right now.
Sorry.
Oh my god, look how cool this
Look
packaging.
how cool the packaging is. Yeah, no. Yes, I'm definitely smashing this. I believe I have. Wait, do I have this one? I have. Well, I have a Warhammer in one of my guns, and this is. I mean, I really like the sledgehammer. I'm not too. For those of you who don't know, this is like kind of their gas busting one. So it has ridges on the inside. It has a couple of vent holes towards the back. It has this like raised shelf. All of these things are meant to try to capture or redirect the gas.
Mitigate gas from escaping out the back of
Exactly.
your receiver set.
Yeah, so I really like that, but also it just feels really good in the hand, I think.
There's probably about 15 of those in this room alone.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I think we all like Breek stuff for various reasons, but it looks good. They also have they have lots of different colors as well. They have ODG, FDE, all that stuff.
Ranger green.
Ranger
would be
green. My bad.
ODG.
My bad.
There's a
Yeah.
difference. The Ranger Green's a little bit more gray.
ODG is not ODG
Yeah.
unless it's ODG.
But then we also did the brake test on these not that long ago. Was it this one or a Warhammer? I think it was a Sledgehammer.
It was a Sledgehammer.
And this held up really good next to other ones that were way more expensive when we broke these in half. They performed about the same.
I know the metal grain structure on the inside looked a little bit cleaner than on the more expensive charging handle, which so everyone knows, on that video we snapped a 6061 aluminum mil-spec charging handle, and then a Breek Sledgehammer, and then a Radian Raptor SDSL. And the SDSL actually had a brown spot on the inside of it, which I think was from the kinetic energy of me snapping it with a hammer. It caused a little bit of heat inside of there, which caused that brown spot.
Yeah, it almost looked like rust or something like that.
I was talking to a buddy of mine who competed on Forged and Fire and won twice, and he was saying that's indicative of the grain structure being wider. He explained it in some really scientific way that I didn't understand.
We wish we could have included that in the video.
Right. I wanted to get him to do a video piece for it. Everyone would recognize him if they saw him, but he was a little bit too busy for that. He owns a metalworking shop in Salt Lake City, so
I'm sure that's busy work. But yeah, that's definitely a smash for me. Charlie?
She's smashable.
How many of these do you
that in
have?
every single one of your rifles just about?
Oh, this is my go-to, hands down.
Yeah.
I mean, for the price, it's one of the hardest. It's one of the best charging handle values out there. So a couple of features that I like of it is the wings.
Yeah.
They are wide enough, but not overly aggressive. Like there's
I think the Warhammer sometimes gets a little too wide in some
well,
situations.
the Warhammer's too thin as well. I like the thickness of these handles. So it's not like
I'm gonna grab a Warhammer so we can
grab a
show
Warhammer.
Yeah.
These the handles actually are nice and thick. So when you pull on them, it's not going to dig in and create a pressure point because you got to spread it out a little more. They aren't overly wide either. I believe the Arma Spec one, the Aero. Gosh, I forget the name of it. Is there Aero Breach?
Yeah. I think that's right.
That one's
The
super
Arma Spec
wide.
Victory, is that the one you're thinking
Yes.
of too? Yeah.
Yep. And so, just for comparison here.
I can get B-roll of it later as well to put over it.
Just for comparison here on the table, you can kind of see just the height difference. From a width difference, okay. Yep, the regular Warhammer is a little bit wider. And so kind of going to the aggressiveness. So this is the Radian charging handle here. Plastic wings, not metal. So I don't know. For me, it's one of the best value charging handles.
They probably
out there.
do get some weight savings on those polymer wings, though.
Yes.
Those are polymer wings.
Yep.
I do notice that this is a bit heavier compared to even the Warhammer.
It's more material
and more because of that raised shelf and those thicker wings.
Yeah. So here you're physically taller. Yeah, that raised shelf is going to do it.
But that's to help with that gas, so you do want that.
Yep. Raidworks actually puts a rubber seal.
They do
On them.
I really like that Raidworks one.
That Raidworks one is sweet.
Yeah. So there is a price difference between the two. I think
yeah.
the Warhammer goes for $50 every day, and the Sledgehammer is $70.
And then they got the lefty one now. That's basically a left-handed sledgehammer, right? The Omni.
Yeah, so they have the Omni Sledgehammer, which apparently the lefties like to do what lefties do and complain that things aren't made for them.
Because you see these vent holes right here, that sprays gas straight up in your face if you're shooting left-handed.
On the Sledgehammer, on the right side, there's a hole that essentially the gas coming from the bottom can escape through. So it pumps out to the right side. So if you're a righty, it's going to go away from you. But if you're a lefty, it's coming right at your mouth. It tastes wonderful.
I did ask my one of our mutual friends, Andrew, over at Breek, about these ridges on the inside. Apparently, these are meant to break up the gas.
Creates turbulence.
Yeah, it creates turbulence, and it basically helps break up or slow down the gas as it travels through. Because you do, because your BCG is basically right up in here, and the gas key is basically right up in here.
Gas
so
key sliding in
you
there.
do get some leakage through that, or just in that overall area. And so when the gas is coming through this, that's where you get a lot of that breakup, is because of those.
Yeah, if you think of
rivets.
gas going into your BCG, I mean, as soon as your BCG comes back, there's still pressure in there. That gas needs to go somewhere. It can go out the vent holes,
Right.
or it can come back out. There's no one-way valve in there. So
We actually have a good video that CJ just put together, kind of talking through all of that.
But yeah, so the other thing the Omni brings in is they get rid of these, the milling on the shelf here to direct gas out to the right. But then they also have a version with like ultra small wings for the LE community. Really, if your concern is snagging, they're just big enough to like get like a half a finger on, a little bit of your palm. But if you're wearing gloves, you should still be able to hit them. But not as much of a snag concern, especially if you're all kitted out, something like that. So.
I have snagged a sling on a Warhammer before. Not on a sledgehammer, but I have snagged a sling on a Warhammer before.
Did it charge your gun for you?
No, it did not do that. But it was like it was good enough where I could probably just kind of let the gun go, and it would just kind of hang on that and other things while on the
See,
sling.
on handguns, man, people would put the racker jackers on them so you could rack like just giant handles like ape hanger bicycle handles where you could rack those things.
So that was the very first upgrade I ever did. I think I've said this before. The very first AR-15 upgrade I ever did was a tack latch. And it was like the old Magpul tack latch. And it put like a big honking square on the end of your charging handle that lets you grab
We
it. But
sell
that thing,
a lot of those.
that thing
That's a
would
great
get-
upgrade.
That thing would get stuck on my plate carrier all the time.
It's funny because as much as people think like big wings on my charging handle, easier to operate, it's not necessarily true in how often you interact with your charging handle, like under the gun, should be very little. Because if you run out of ammo, bolt should lock back. You drop the bolt. You don't need to touch charging handle. The only time you should really have to interface with it, perfect world, is loading and unloading.
Right. Or
Malfunctions.
If you have a malfunction.
Perfect world. You don't have malfunctions in a perfect world.
That's true.
That's
That's
why
true.
I prefaced it with that, so you couldn't argue me.
Okay. Well, I think we all know from me that thing is a smash.
Cool.
110%. I think it's one of the most popular universal things for everyone in the shop. I think just about everyone in the shop is running either a Warhammer or a Sledgehammer in their builds. And then the one thing that I would say about these, if you want to know the difference between like the Breek systems and the Radian systems, go watch the video where I broke these in half with a hammer. I know that might sound counterintuitive,
He's
but we
trying
did
to get
get
more views on his videos, guys.
we did get some really close-up shots showing the comparison of how the shelf
Fail.
sits.
There are paper towels over there.
Yeah, I got you.
I'll just keep going. Shit happens. We're live.
But we
Well,
did,
No, we aren't live, but
not technically.
we're alive.
But we did get some really close-up shots showing the difference in height and how the charging handles actually lock up with the upper receiver. Do we have guesses on the theme yet, CJ?
Is it like an operator theme?
An operator theme?
Yeah.
No.
I know you wouldn't do that. Okay. I'm still sticking with my ambi parts originally but I asked you ambi parts already and you said no.
15-minute upgrades.
Very close with 15-minute.
Like you can't. If I'm within like 5 minutes, you got to give it to me.
No, there's no time limit. There's
Okay.
No,
No
it's
time
not a time limit upgrades, but we're getting ballpark with the upgrades. Let us know down in the comment section if you guys think you know at this point what the theme of the video is.
Timestamp your comment too. Don't be a cheater that scrolls forward.
Next one. M-Lock rail covers Type 2 from Magpul.
Okay.
We can. Let me open these up. What do
Charlie?
you think about it?
I pass on those, man.
Okay.
And
Why is that?
I'm just not a rail cover guy.
No. Why is that? They cover up your cool art guns. That's number one.
No, I just personally I don't see a ton of value in them outside of aesthetics.
Okay.
Like if we were talking quad rail and we were putting ladder rails on, I'm game for that.
Okay.
But we're talking about an M-Lock handguard that doesn't have any sharp edges, really.
Right.
Like, why are you putting a rail cover on?
Improved grip.
I guess
Protect your hands from heat.
I've never had grip problems. If I wanted to protect my hands from heat, I would put a rail wrap on. I wouldn't put plastic that doesn't like seal or like actually like make a
These
complete
are also
membrane.
exceptionally cheap.
Yeah, I'm not wasting my money on that though. like aesthetically, I think there's a spot for them. Like from okay, yeah, you improve your grip. I have never had a thought in my mind like, gosh, I wish I had a better grip out here. You know,
Really?
Unlike a handgun, where like I wish that I had more texture.
Yeah.
I've never needed that on a rifle.
Okay.
Like if I want more grip, I'll go to a quad rail.
I mean, yeah.
That's going to become one with my skin very
How does that
quickly.
quad rail line go?
I run quad rails. I'm mad. Me eat meat. Yeah, that's what the. I mean, honestly, I think there's more of a reason to run rail covers on M-Lock than there is for quad rails. Honestly, I think
I want to hear this.
I think so because M-Lock. First of all, if you ever have gloves on, it can be a little bit more slippery. If you ever are in the rain or in a wet setting or in the cold, like anything below, call it 50 degrees, it can get a little bit tough to grip a like cold metal, which I have done in the fall. I remember filming some videos out in the fall, and it is actually a little more difficult to grip that. So it's honestly like a counter to what you said, Josh, about heat transfer. I'm thinking like in the cold or something, and if you're grabbing your gun, it's actually easier to grab some plastic that doesn't conduct cold as
That's
well.
absorbed some of your body heat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I like these ones in particular. I like these Magpul ones. I do prefer the bigger ones. Like I think they have some rubberized ones that I like a little bit better that fit into the M-Lock slots. But these ones are nice because they do have such an aggressive texture on there that feel kind of like stippling on a Glock or like a kind of like a more high-end stippling on a Glock or any kind of handgun. I like that because then it's...
They're like trying to mimic the like silicon carbide grip.
Right, yeah. If you pair this with either a vertical grip or some kind of angled grip and you kind of put it out there on the handguard and grip it in, I feel like I'm not losing that or sliding around at all.
It's their TSP texture.
Yeah.
What is TSP texture?
I don't know. They don't say.
It stands for something. Magpul with all of their
I'm gonna have
acronyms.
to Google that. Hey, when you're a recon Marine, you just make acronyms up. And
That's-
everyone thinks you're cool.
That's
so
fair.
You gotta do it.
That's fair. So I think
So if you add one of these to each side, you add a 1/4 inch to your width
okay.
of your handguard.
Okay. Makes sense.
I guess I don't necessarily want a wider handguard either. And and to me, if I'm having grip issues, I'm heading to foregrip.
Sure.
Like that's the route I'm gonna go. Is I'm gonna add a foregrip. Because
What if you
if
why
I-
not both? If you're having grip issues, why not solve the problem with
I
both?
did with one item,
Oh, okay.
a foregrip, and
Sure.
now I don't have to worry about heat.
Sure.
I don't have to worry about a cold handguard. Like a vertical foregrip's a great.
Well, are you
accessory.
gripping your vertical like this, like a broomstick the whole time, or are you kind of
Depends.
wrapping around?
Depends on the length and the gun.
Okay. Because I do like these for. I don't know. Maybe I just got sweatier hands than you, Charlie,
Maybe
or
you
something
just
like that.
got
Maybe
baby hands.
Maybe that, or I don't know. Maybe I got baby hands. Maybe I do totally agree with you with the heat transfer thing. Like, I don't think these really do much for heat transfer
Unless you
at
can
all.
cover up all the metal.
Yeah.
Like you're still gonna feel the heat.
You guys
Well,
ready to hear what TSP stands for?
Okay, sure.
It's not Thrift Savings Plan. It's Trapezoidal Surface Projections.
Okay.
That's cool.
And when I Googled it, there was a whole bunch of Reddit threads of people just talking, oh, TSP, 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 like they know what it was. Like it's just like they should know, like
They don't know.
Like it's a common word. Trapezoidal Surface Projections.
I guarantee you almost none of those people on Reddit know what that meant.
Are these even trapezoids protruding?
Yeah. They're not really I mean, are they
They're
rectangles
like
or
spikes.
are they triangles?
Today we learned.
Is that what it is? Anyway, so what I don't like about these, the one reason I think I would actually pass on these particular ones, I do like rail covers in general, but I don't like how these are, just an inch long or whatever they are? And you
Yeah.
have to do them like every inch or whatever.
That
It's
would
like
be the other thing too.
I'd
like,
rather
give
just
me
do-
a continuous piece.
Yeah, I'd rather do like maybe probably a
4-slot,
4-inch or a
5-slot.
5-inch
Yeah.
or 5-slot, however long it is. Because there's never in a circumstance where I'm putting just 2 or 3 of these on.
So now, the application I would bring these in for is if I wanted to add a little FDE to my gun out front.
And here comes the art gun guy.
Well,
I agree with them, though. I totally agree.
Aesthetics is huge. If we didn't care about aesthetics, our guns would look horrible. They'd function. but
we
they
would only
look
sell
good.
black parts.
Yep.
Right.
But so, like, ODG gun with FDE accessories looks very nice. But the problem is there's not a lot to add out front. You can add a foregrip or something. But if you want a little to balance the color out. These are great. Any type of like M-Lock cover is great.
What I've noticed on my Instagram scrolling whenever I'm doing Instagram
When
things,
CJ's working.
when I'm working, being inspired, Charlie. I do see pretty creative people doing stuff with these. If they got like let's say a light and a peck and a whatever and like a pressure pad, putting these like around that stuff, right? So like every inch, because maybe you have a some sort of handguard that you can do 45 degree,
Yep.
M-Lock slots as well. They'll put these like interspersed kind of to fill in those gaps, and that actually looks pretty cool with these. And I'm actually
From
thinking
an
about doing
aesthetic
something
standpoint,
like that.
there is a spot for these from a practicality, functional standpoint. In my opinion, I'm not going to run them.
You know what these also do though, is they can protect the finish of your rail if that's something that you care about. You can just snap those in, and they're gonna.
These
they're
are
gonna
probably
help.
going to dig into the finish.
No. Not just, not just from that perspective, but like from the weapon getting thrown around. It's gonna
Oh, I see what you
help
mean.
with the longevity of that by keeping it. There's a barrier between the aluminum of your handguard and the rest of the world, and that's
I
this
need
little
s-
sacrificial piece of plastic.
So what we should do is get a handguard, pop one of these in, drop a rock on it. Does this shatter? I'm sure temperature changes that answer a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's just a
but-
polymer, so.
I mean, yeah, like how easy is it to break one of these? I mean, now to your point is if this breaks, that means it absorbed a lot of energy and less impacted your handguard. But I think it would just be interesting to see what it takes to snap
So a big
these.
part of the reason that on ship sailors wear hats is that when they hit their head, there is a layer of cloth between their scalp and their head.
So when I
So-
shaved my head for the first time, I was a mechanic. I was walking under cars all the time. Every night for like 2 weeks, I would cut my head open from hitting something. You don't realize how much your hair can feel and how much your hair pads it. And then, yeah, you had a hat on it. And, yeah,
It adds almost like a small layer of armor or protection
Yep.
for your skin. Same thing with these is it's going to add a little bit, not much, not a ton. I'm not saying this is going to save your rifle if you're using it as a baseball bat.
these
but-
things are as strong as tungsten.
Really?
Yeah, it's proven.
Are you lying?
No. Those fuckers believe me.
What?
I'm like, what?
The way you said it, like you were dead serious.
Charlie
I'm
can
like,
say anything with confidence, and we'll be like, he's probably telling the truth because he knows so many things.
I know so many like dumb things that I can pull out false ones and people actually believe
Well,
me sometimes.
absolutely.
we're like remodeling this studio, and he's like, "Oh, hold on, let me go get 30 feet of Cat 5 out of my car and pull it in here and redo all of the internet lines real quick.
Let me go bring
Oh, by the way, let me go
11-foot bar from
rebuild
home.
all of the company's emails real quick.
Yeah.
Let me just whip up this code real quick.
It's like Charlie knows how to do so many things, guys. He was also like a GM at some point or whatever.
Jack off all trades.
Yeah.
That's what I like to
There you
call
go.
it.
What do you think, Joshua? Are you?
For me, I run quad rails on almost everything that I do.
Of course you do.
So
Not applicable to me, guys.
not really applicable to me. The next AR that I build is going to be an M-Lock. I've already got it kind of planned out. So I might dabble, but I don't know if I would go with these ones specifically.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys noticed anything about these ones, but do we have a guess?
One thing I
on
like
our
about
theme?
these ones is toolless.
That's cool.
There are some that you're using a traditional M-Lock attachment system. These are
That is true
toolless.
because I actually don't like M-Lock.
To remove 'em.
Dealing with M-Lock stuff like that too much.
To remove them, you do need like a little pick or a little flathead to get in there and pop this cover out, and then it just falls
But who
out.
doesn't have a
But
knife?
Yeah, and there's so many things. You could use a toothpick, a pen, a knife, whatever. Any inappropriate tool that you could use for it. Use it.
So what? So you said 30-minute or 15-minute upgrades, and Josh said that's very close.
Yep.
What is very close to that? What clue does M-Lock rail covers also give us? I don't know.
Do we have an idea on the theme of this yet for all the stuff that I picked?
I already picked Tacticool. That's not right. Ambi, no. I mean, left-handed shooters. Is that it?
What does this have to do with left-handed?
Yeah.
I don't know. Grip.
This
They have
is
a terrible grip.
right-handed product, bro.
Oh, that's true.
Like if you grab the Omni, I'd go with you on that. But CJ's digging way too deep at the bottom of the barrel here.
Do you know what it is?
No, I don't.
I don't hear you with a guess.
I'm thinking, man, before I talk. I like to think before I say
This
words
is a
sometimes.
podcast, Charlie. You're not supposed to do that.
If 15-minute upgrades are like timed upgrades is not right, the next thing I would go to is upgrades under a certain dollar amount.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
Nope. I didn't even
So
look
dollar
at
amount has nothing to do
I didn't
with
even
this.
look at
Okay.
the cost of any of these things.
Oh, that seems
do
right.
Simple.
think-
What is it like simple upgrades?
That's also very close. I do think almost all of this stuff is very budget friendly though. So we're gonna go move on to
Toolless upgrades.
You just hit it. Oh, it was toolless upgrades.
Because this is the one that could be considered you might need a tool, but you really don't.
You really
You
don't.
could technically do that just by depressing
Nice,
that with your
Josh,
thumb
nice.
really hard.
Yeah.
So next
or using
item
a
on the
cartridge.
list.
Yep. I have plastic 3D printed
Yeah.
pushers for them.
Okay, toolless upgrades. I got it. All right,
We
so
got a classic stock here. This is this should
Happy
be a
I
favorite
got
for
that
everyone.
one, actually, and not CJ. I feel like
I was hoping this would be a hard one for you guys to figure it out, but you figured it out about 30 minutes in.
well, I mean, still, it took us about halfway. The Mo stock. I'm gonna pass that one.
You don't like the Mo?
That's my controversial take. I don't know why this stock exists when things like the DT stock exists, which are basically replace this whole thing
do we have one out of the box? back
somewhere.
We have. I'll check in there while you guys talk about this real quick.
Yeah, I don't know why this one exists when things like the DT and other stocks that have come out.
Which one's the DT?
Magpul. The DT is the Magpul dual tension. I think it came out about a
Oh.
year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know why this one exists.
And well, that one's more expensive. This one's much more cost effective, but
price
still, I would
hope.
say that that one is better to this one in every single way. And if you are spending money on a stock, if you just like have a little bit more money to get the DT, that one's gonna beat it because this one is much more loose on a traditional buffer tube. It's gonna rattle around a little bit more. I know most people don't really care about that because when you actually brace it,
That's fine.
brace it up against your plate carrier or your shoulder, whatever it is you're doing, then it's going to be just fine. But I just think there's better options out there. This one doesn't have any QD points to mount a sling to. That's really huge.
A true sling operator does not need a QD point. CJ.
Well, whatever.
If you look at this photo from the Magpul Dynamic stays here on the back, see that he's got the sling tied off on the inside
That-
of the stock.
So
Unk right there. That's Unk move. We got QDs now. Magpul has QDs. Magpul did the whole QD thing. They're the ones who like are all about that.
Unk move.
Yeah, that's an Unk move right there. That's my controversial take. There you go. You got like I think there are ones that are way better. This one's the OG. It looks cool.
Gen Z's above value. For me, I have two of these on guns. Great budget stock. Like actually for the price, one of probably really hard to beat. The Mag 400 stocks they're a staple of the industry. Now the reason that these are here is price point. You get a Magpul stock with your lower kit. And you can stay at a very low price point for it. You aren't adding on additional costs that a lot of people just won't value. It's like, I know one of the things I value in a rifle is not hearing the twang of the spring. A lot of people, they don't even know that that's a problem or that that's something that's going to annoy them, or they just aren't annoyed by it. And so, okay, I usually upgrade my spring, or I go to a silent recoil spring or piano wire or something like that to make it a little quieter, less twang. Now, the stock, I think a lot of people out of the gate, they don't care. It's a price point thing to get into. So if I'm doing a build that's like budget, this is right up there with probably in the top 3 choices for me for a budget build, where pennies do matter, and I don't really need the dual tension lock because when it's up against my shoulder with pressure on it, it's not moving, it's not rattling then. So I think as you increase with stocks, you get a little quality of life increases, not rattling, a little tighter fit, stuff like that. But honestly, it doesn't bother me a whole lot if I'm going for a more budget build.
This is a top 4 buttstock for me.
Is it really?
So it's,
Top 4?
It would be.
So you have a
right.
4,
So
a 4 list?
number 5 on that would be the Hogue version of this. This would be
The overmolded?
Yeah, the
That
Hogue
is our
overmolded.
number 1 selling buttstock.
It's
actually.
a very nice buttstock.
I prefer
That's
that
my
one
number- that would be
to
my
this one
number 5.
personally.
This would be number 4
Sure.
on my list of top 5 buttstocks.
If you take out nostalgia,
No,
would it still rank on that list?
Even
Would it
getting
really?
rid of
Okay.
nostalgia. So I think 3 would probably be like an SB Tactical brace, and it's not a stock, but as far as like what I'm building, it would probably be that. And, 2 would be the B5.
The SOP mod.
Yeah, the B5 SOP, and then
They invented SOP mod.
Yeah, and then number 1, and everyone can probably hate on me because it's a love or hate thing. It's the Daniel Defense buttstock. They've got the rubberized.
Should have known that one.
Well, they've got the rubberized stock on the top, which doesn't pull your beard hair. That's the only reason why I shoot it, and the only reason why it's my number 1 is because even this one will pull your beard hair out. While if you've got a real good cheek weld in there, your beard hair will get caught in the in these little gaps
interesting.
in the plastic, and you'll pull it right out.
Interesting.
The Hogue Overmold does that really bad, but it's still at number 5 because it's a really good price point.
The Magpul CTR, STR?
Yep.
The one that's very much like the B5 SOP mod.
Yep.
I love that one.
Yeah, I really like the slope to that one because
Yep.
it has I
The-
think that's the one that has the battery compartments to it, I believe.
Yeah, yep.
yeah.
And then it's got the wider cheek weld on
It does.
it.
Yep.
That one is also very good about not pulling beard hair
Yeah,
out.
that's why I like that one.
Or the cheek comb I learned when making a video.
Yeah, it's a very nice cheek piece on it. It's very much like the B5 SOP mod where it's a little thicker, good for those like bulky builds. I did the B5s on Sunset and my Sunset
love the
diesel
B5.
build.
Yeah, those are
And,
really good.
like just the width of it looks really nice. And after using the Magpul version of it, I like the Magpul one more. It doesn't feel as cheap. And yeah, I don't know, I like it more.
Well,
So
I'm
the original stock the M4 mil spec stock, I think like the only place you really see those anymore is like the cheaper version, the cheaper brand UTG stuff. I think they've got one. And then you'll see them on like the off the shelf AR-15s that you buy all the time.
We sell a version of it. Yeah.
Right. It is
Yeah.
that
Cheap.
When I was grabbing this, I was thinking this is if you're doing one upgrade to your rifle and you just bought like your Diamondback or I would say like a Radical, but the Radical comes with the B5 now. But if you get
or the like I don't know, I think the M&P Sport or something like that.
This would be like I would say buy this, throw it on there, and you're gonna get an instantaneous, very inexpensive upgrade to your rifle.
Buy this in a traditional Mo grip.
Yep.
Put those on your gun. Now you need a tool to change out the grip, but
I don't know.
One
Guys. I'm
tool.
still saying like I'm saving up for literally any other of the stocks.
he'd rather buy these than upgrade his butt stock.
I'd rather listen. I'd rather upgrade the butt stock to something other than like this, because I think there are.
So if you had a mil spec butt stock and it was all rattly,
yeah.
and I handed you this and said, "Here, go ahead and throw this on there."
First of all, if I'm super budget, I'm probably just throwing tape on the buffer tube and calling it good. If I'm that annoyed by it,
Even if CJ's not budget, he's probably still doing that.
yeah, yeah, even still. And then I'm saying like, well, why don't I just get like the nicer one? If I'm going to spend the money anyway, why not just spend the extra 10, 20, who
So,
knows,
to
$25 to just get the nicer one
In that
that's better than
scenario
this.
where I have a butt stock
Yeah.
and I'm not doing a new build, so I didn't buy a build kit and I wanted
Right.
something better than the traditional mil spec.
Right.
If I was to make a jump, it would not be to this. It would be to something else, just because it's not that much different as far as solving problems.
That's what I'm
So,
saying.
But for a fresh build, I would spend the money on this and upgrade the butt stock over the $8 butt stocks.
You know, I've got a quick aside. It's not a tool list, but you've been using it for a little bit now. How do you feel about that that fixed sleuth AR stock that you got going on that?
Oh, I like it. I've never really done much with fixed stocks. It's not like there's no complaints. I guess.
And it's a pretty adjustable fixed
Yeah.
stock. so-
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the one thing is that's nice. Length of pull's adjustable. The cheek height. That's I believe it's one of 2 positions, and the high position's way too high, so I just run in the low. But you do get length of pull change, which is nice. But other than that, I don't know. It's a stock. It doesn't pull my beard hair.
That's good.
It's not like plush to put my face up against, but at the same time, none of them are. So
Yeah, that's really good. No, I think honestly, I think this it's not a bad stock. Obviously, I mean these are like there's what zillions of these in the market. I mean
the most popular Magpul butt stock.
absolutely. So like I think this
The
one,
most popular
I
color.
think this one is fine. I would rather if I'm going to spend the money, I'm just spending my money on something.
Yeah,
more.
this one it depends on what I'm doing. If I'm going to smash or pass on it, like new build, yeah.
I do think. I was
existing
gonna say this too. I do think there are other stocks that fit the applications of certain things better. So like if you're building some kind of long range gun like yourself, Charlie, like there are ones that are more suited, even Magpul stocks that are more suited to that. You don't have to jump into like a crazy expensive Luth system or whatever. Like there's
I think the Magpul PRF stock is more expensive than.
I think it is as well.
Yeah, is it really? Well, like
yeah.
there's like the DTPR, there's the PRS stock, I believe is what it's called.
Yep.
These different types of stocks that have like a long range focus that are
An
still
adjustability focus is
that are
usually
still
what it is.
adjustable
Yep.
like this. So I don't know. I think there's some with storage options. I just think there are better ones out there. Josh, your next toolless upgrade for us.
Fighting the Toblerone box here. So when we got to this point, I was hoping you guys wouldn't have had it figured out yet, and you'd be hung up on like this cheap theme and
Oh, yeah,
everything.
yeah. Uh-huh.
So I went and I grabbed this one to like really try to throw you guys off. This is the JP Enterprises silent captured spring, and for me, this is a pass because I think there are better options on the market. But at the same time, I think JP does make a really good product, and I
Right.
do really like the way this one performs. But again, I'm not a big silent captured spring guy. I'd rather go with like a Kinshot if I'm doing a specialty, or
Okay.
an Odinworks.
Interesting.
But yeah, what do you think? What do you guys
CJ,
think?
how many times can you push that up and down in 5 seconds?
Let's not do that on camera.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get striked again.
Wrong website.
Yeah. Wrong tube. Anyway, so
This is only guns.
so I mean JP was the OGs that did this design. Am I correct? Right.
I believe so. Yeah.
So I mean maybe there was some concept of one other. They at least designed it, made it the most popular.
They've had this for a long time,
Yeah.
and recently others have started coming out.
Yeah. Exactly. So
Armor Spec being the most notable with their SRS and SMBs.
I think this one is still the best of the ones that I've tried because even before you got here, Josh, we were doing some.
You guys were
buffer.
all over this thing when I got here.
We were doing some buffer testing, and we shot this one, the SRS, the Armor Spec one, which is significantly less expensive than not significantly, but it's less expensive than this one. And we did a kin shot back to back to back. I thought this one was the best feeling of them, not by a wide margin, but I think it was noticeable. And I think this one is definitely if money's no kind of object. If I'm just like, you know what, I want the nicest buffer system possible, it's going to be the JP, I think, 100%.
I guess the concept of silent capture springs, I'd smash on all day.
You run this one specifically, don't you? In something?
I have this one. I have the JP and I have the Armor Spec. The JP does seem finish a little nicer. At the end of the day, though, if budget is concerned, I'm going SRS all day long.
Sure.
If budget's not, and like something for 3-gun, something that like is going to give the best feeling, I'm probably going to go with the JP. The Kinshot one, how much do I really trust oil? Yes, it's fairly well proven. Hydraulics work for a long time, but you are reliant on a seal or multiple seals at that point from failing.
Hydraulic buffer systems are not new, as
No.
you've told me many times,
No, they
Josh.
aren't new
It's
at
like
all.
they've been around for a long time. And when you told me that, Josh, I did looking into hydraulic buffer systems, and they have been around for lots of different systems. They're newer to ARs.
They've been around for over a century.
Yeah, they're newer to ARs, but even so, Colt developed a hydraulic buffer concept back in the early days, I believe 1970s. They just didn't go with it for cost reasons.
And the other thing that we always like to harp on here, Charlie, and this is one of the things you harped on first when I got here, was what about the warranty? Well, Kinshot has a 1,000,000 round warranty on that thing.
Well,
They guarantee it for 1,000,000 rounds.
How can
do
they
you do
get
that?
a round count? Do they have a little
They said there's
electronic
a-
counter in there?
Kinshot has a
time?
1,000,000 round guarantee. They're basically saying, "Hey, this thing is never gonna." I
the
don't
GP
know if
warranty on
any
these?
Honestly-
100 people could put I'm holding this like it's the Kinshot.
Yeah.
I don't know if any 100 people together could put 1,000,000 rounds through one Kinshot buffer.
I don't think so. Yeah.
So that's basically their way of saying, "Hey, we will take care of you forever on this thing."
So I don't see any warranty on here. I don't know what JP's warranty is.
I think they've got a pretty good one too.
I think it's kind of one of those like if you need the warranty on the box, it's probably a bad thing. To quote Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
Part of it too is I got a couple buddies at JP, so I might be a little partial. But the other thing that's nice about these is very tunable. And you got your weights right here.
And you've got a extension.
Yep.
You've got a
You got
full
a
size.
spacer.
Yeah.
So you
Is this if you were going to throw this in a rifle or?
like an A2 fixed length.
Oh
or
yeah.
something.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, you just pop out the torque screw. You can adjust your weights. Pretty easy. They sell the weights separately.
Yeah. I mean, if you're coming from a carbine, mil spec buffer and spring, whatever, pop that out, pop this in, toolless, like you said, Josh.
Well-
you're going to feel such a big difference.
Well,
I
the
think.
biggest outside of changing the weight, the biggest thing you're going to get is just you aren't going to hear anything. I mean, it's in the name, silent captured spring. They're FCS, so it's silent and it's a captured system. The other nice thing is you don't.
Meaning you don't get the spring, because that's what you normally hear is that spring rattling on those walls of the buffer tube.
Yep.
You're not going to hear that with these.
You don't even need the buffer tube to make a sound with a regular spring. You can just let it go and doing.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's just like the harmonics of the spring just are natural. to
This
make
must be
noise.
some problem that people with hearing can.
Yep.
'Cause it
Not-
must be
yeah.
a not having tinnitus problem.
I'm pretty sure there's a smoke detector beeping somewhere.
I wouldn't know.
But so the other nice thing is you don't need your buffer retainer pin. And actually, you really don't want to run the retaining pin because A, they become very hard to get out. Secondly, is you do want this pushing up against your buff or your bolt at rest. The last thing you want is a gap there, so then your bolt would essentially like dead blow it almost. So you can run your buffer retainer pin, but it's not suggested to. With
If you were doing a
capture
toolless
systems.
install, you would be running it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you can get these in with the buffer retaining pin. It's getting them out that it's a pain
You
in
have
the
to
butt.
you have to use a knife.
I usually just remove the buffer tube.
Yeah, at that point, it's,
Yep. At that point, I remove the buffer tube.
I will say that these, we've kind of talked about it a few times on the show, but I think these are probably a little lost with people who don't shoot frequently.
I wouldn't suggest one for someone that shoots infrequently.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm saying, because I think
I'd
a lot
say
of
get a spring.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who, they look at upgrades like this and they're like, oh, I'm going to get that in my gun. This happens to me all the time with upgrades just because, we're doing videos on guns all the time and I find a new product. I'm like, I want that. But then it's like, am I really going to notice that? Am I really going to use that all the time? The answer is probably not unless you're shooting 500 to 1,000 rounds a year. I'd say something like that.
It's funny because people focus so much on the buffer itself, and you hear very little conversation about the springs.
True. Yeah.
which is a whole other world.
Yes. It's a whole other world, but you can solve
A lot of problems.
a lot of problems by changing out the spring. And with the way buffer pricing's going,
Yeah.
try a 308 spring.
Right.
See what happens.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, just different gas system at this point.
Well, yeah, I haven't looked at it yet, but I need to see what adjustable gas blocks are going for or doing sales wise because
I know they're much
Geisley's-
cheaper at this point.
Geisley's H3 buffer kit now I want to say is pushing $150. Who was it? I was doing some buffer price increases last week. BCM. Their buffers, their H2 buffer is about $140.
That's madness.
Their H3 buffer is actually cheaper than their H2, I think, because they haven't realized the price increase yet.
I'm not going to put that on screen
So-
because there's a little thing
Oh, I see
right
that.
there.
Yeah. I'm not going to put that there.
Yeah.
Okay. We got two things left.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to send that to Andre. Be like, dude, we can't show your stuff on screen. You got a bad
Next
thing.
one, I am going to just start this one off by saying this is a 100% smash all day for me. This is a CMMG 22LR kit. You slide in this bolt, it replaces your bolt. You use this magazine, and all of a sudden you're shooting 22LR. I think this is for 99% of gun owners. This is something that is worth investing in because it's going to let you shoot much cheaper ammo, which you can just go out and have fun all day with this.
If one of the things that limits you from shooting is ammo costs, you just don't want to spend the money on, like, literally you're shooting money, dollar bills downrange.
That's what you're doing with 6-arc. Your 6-arc bill.
Those are $2 bills.
Yeah. If you don't like doing that, this is the best option for you. You can use your 5.56 or 223 barrel. It's not the best thing for them in the long run, but it's not going to burn up your barrel in 1,000 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking like 10,000 rounds. That's a problem.
and the biggest
And
is
cleaning
dirt.
your barrel, that's going to...
Yeah, the biggest concern is just the increase of dirtiness. You don't have the pressure blowing it out.
Also have the waxiness
Yep.
of 22 rounds. They're usually coated in the wax, the lower grade
Yeah,
rounds.
so if you're running this, you do want to clean often to clean your barrel out, make sure you don't foul it. But at the same time, it's not going to hurt anything.
No.
If you're maintaining your barrel right, it's an AR-15 magazine. You don't need any mag block adapters, anything like that. You do need these specific mags.
You do.
That is the unfortunate thing. But you can get these in a 3-pack too.
You actually, if you get some different mags, you get better performance out of them.
So
Actually, like there are some Bulldog mags, I believe.
Correct. You don't need these specific mags,
Yeah.
but you need the ones made for this bolt.
Right. Yeah.
Essentially. If you go out and just pick up any 22 magazine for an AR, there's no guarantee it's going to work. What you really want to look for is that it works with the CMMG bolt.
Yeah, but the Bulldog mags work extraordinarily well. I think I've heard those are kind of usually the best. I actually have a couple of stories about this particular thing. I took my friend to the range. He had never been never been to the range before, never shot a gun before. Okay, and so I took him to the range. I brought my AR, my 5.56 AR. And I said, okay, we're gonna go do some shooting, and it's gonna be, we're gonna be fine. Like I didn't want to worry him too much, and I was like, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna shoot. It's gonna be nice and easy. And I brought I brought this kit, and I popped my BCG out right at the range on the line. I had everything kind of put together for 5.56, and then I popped this in with this magazine, and he shot it, and his face lit up like it was the easiest thing. Because when you shoot this, it's like, bing. It's like literally a step up from a pellet gun.
You know how a few podcasts ago we were talking about new shooters?
Yeah.
And how my number one thing is build confidence?
Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely. And so we shot this all day long. Probably did like 100 rounds. I don't even know how many rounds. We did so many. Went through
Which is
boxes of
probably
ammo.
like $15.
Yeah, we went through boxes of ammo, and it was and he had such a fun time, and we zeroed in an optic. We got him shooting, and he was having a ton of fun, and by the end, he was like, we need to do that again. It was awesome.
So the one thing that I also do like about 22 conversions is you don't need a buffer tube, so you can do a buffer tube delete with a 1913, do a foldable brace on there, a folding stock.
Yeah.
These are not toolless upgrades.
Correct, but
Still pretty cool, though.
I don't know, you could probably get a buffer tube off without a tool. I mean, the castle nut might be a little hard.
Yeah, so you got to
Need
undo
a bear
that.
grip.
If things are torqued down to spec, you really can't.
If they're to spec, you probably can. It's a matter if it's staked and if it's over torqued.
Okay.
I don't know if you're going to be able just to
I might.
monkey paw that thing off of there.
Yeah.
You're going to have to...
Here's my other story with these, though, is that just a few weeks ago, I was taking some other friends to the range. They were a little
you got
more comfortable.
you got one of these for free at work, didn't
They
you?
were a little more. Well, we were giving them away at our studio.
Yeah. We had
set.
like
Yeah.
Wait,
and I grabbed you.
we were?
Yeah,
and
we
I
were-
grabbed him one.
Yeah.
Oh, was that like before the giveaway happened? Like, oh, here's one CJ.
So this wasn't a giveaway. We every year everything in the studio that we had that's extra, we put it in a big pile and we let all the employees of the company come in, and just one by one we do like a round robin. You get to pick one thing, pick one thing, pick one thing. And CJ was late, so I had like the first 2 runs for him. I grabbed something for him, and one of the things I grabbed him was one of these that we had that was still pretty much brand new in the box. We'd used it for one video.
So me and my friends, thank you for this, but I was taking them to the range, and these guys were a little bit more comfortable with guns. They had done hunting, some other things, not too much stuff with AR. And so I put, we were shooting 5.56 a little bit, and then, or no, we were shooting this first because I still had it in there. We were shooting this first, and they had a blast with that. They were having so much fun, and then I took it out, replaced it with 5.56. We shot a little bit of that as well. But then at the end, I'm like, hey, guys, like, which one you want to do? You want to do some more 22? You want to do some? They're like, I'll put the 22 back in there. We love that. Like, that's way more fun. You know, you're literally going to have, like, more fun, even as kind of a more experienced shooter.
Do you know what they make a forward assist adapter for this bolt?
They make a forward assist adapter?
Yeah.
What?
So there's the charging handle, which that's a whole separate story.
Yeah.
But they make a forward assist adapter for this, apparently.
Oh, fascinating.
Learned something new today.
But, yeah, I think anybody can have fun with
I guess
these.
It would go here, essentially.
Anybody can have fun with these and just shoot them.
Notch.
Oh, yeah, right here. There's a notch right there. Fascinating.
Which you guys can't see.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
All right, we got one thing left.
So this is a smash
This
for me.
this is a universal smash for anyone who knows what it is, I think. We got one thing left.
Magazine.
And this was going to be the one where it was going to be giving it away if you guys had not figured out.
Oh.
This is a one-size-fits-all gunsmithing tool from Real.
Yes. The Real, what's this one called? The AR-15 tool. This is definitely a.
We have one of these in here.
We do. We have one of these
in range
our,
bag, too.
We do have one in our range bag, and I think this is definitely a smash for me out at the range. This particular tool has come in handy quite a number of times when you have either like maybe a casing stuck somewhere where it's not supposed to, or something needs quick tightening, or maybe you need to take off your pistol grip or something else. Redo your safety, or there's something in the trigger area. These come in handy in all kinds of cool ways.
I have one of these. I have not this one specifically, but I have one of these like all-in-one tools for the AR-15 at my house on my home workbench, and I think one of these is really a good investment for anyone that's just starting to get into doing.
I was just going to say, if you're just getting started.
Yeah, it's a great investment because it lets you know what tools you're using the most, and then you can go get the actual tool. Because if you're using the front sight post on there every single time you go to the range, the front sight post tool, because I think this has one. Now all of a sudden, maybe I need to just get like a real front sight post tool because it'll work better.
So I don't know if this is the one for me, but when it comes to tools, I get very particular.
Sure.
As you guys know.
We know, sure.
One thing I don't like about it is the extra bits are stored on the outside of the carry case.
Yeah, I've got a Wheeler all-in-one. It's the you use it all the time when I go out, but I like that one because it's all in a nice closed box.
I either A, I'm going to lose them, or B, I'm just going to lose them. They're gonna fall out.
He's very confident about losing.
A, I'm going to lose them, or B, I'm going to lose them.
When it comes to tools, so I was a mechanic for years. When you work on something, you never put the tools away until you're done. So, because if you're constantly putting the tool away and you need it again, you got to get it back out. So to me, it's like all this would be sitting on a bench, and now I got to go put all these back in. I'm just not. I don't like that design personally.
Okay.
Like if they put a housing around this or like another flap that like you could literally, if I had this on my hip, you could literally come up and just take one out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compare that to this. So this is the Wheeler version. It's not an all-in-one like cleaning tool, but it is a. You can do 90% of what you need to do with an AR-15 with this set. So you've got.
This I wouldn't necessarily bring out to the field. Well, I actually probably would.
This is one of the only tools I bring out to the field.
Yep. The thing that I like about this is it does have like the bolt carrier scraper stuff like it. It does have some purpose-built tools in here.
One of the things
now that looks like it is 1, 2, 3 items on here, kind of purpose-built for ARs. Outside of that, everything else is kind of just standard Leatherman almost.
Yeah, I have one of these out of the packaging. I'll grab it. So we can,
It's kind of like a step up from. It's kind of like a AR there's probably 3 tools on here that are more specific for ARs.
So it's
and
funny
then,
is
and then a Leatherman.
Earlier this week, I was looking at buying something like this.
Where this right here?
I was looking at this exact one.
Yeah.
And I just decided it wasn't exactly what I wanted.
Okay.
I don't know. I still might get it,
Mm-hmm.
but the biggest question that this actually answered for me is like, where are the extra bits? What I want one with all the bits built in, so I don't have to swap a bit out.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Because
Do you think that would get too thick or too
I don't care
unwieldy?
because it's not if, it's when these get lost.
Sure. Yeah.
You know how I know it's when they get lost? Because here's ours from
Oh,
the
yes.
bag, and guess what's missing?
Yes, perfect. So we are. Oh, this is a different one.
Oh yeah, that's the different
Yeah,
one. Yeah,
this
yeah,
is a
yeah.
different one.
Close to the same.
Oh, this. Yeah, so this one I like more because the torques are built in. And
Well,
it's, if you lose this, you lost the whole thing.
Also have this right here. This right here with all the
Yeah,
bits
so
built
they're-
in like that.
So this, like, they can't come out. I mean, yes, they can come out, but at the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
time,
They're
can't-
integrated into
You
the
can't
design.
come up and just snag one out. It's funny because at matches, play with buddies all the time, and we always joke like, "Well, you're carrying your gun at a cold range.
This one actually doesn't
I'm just
have
going to go
the-
throw a bullet right into your mag well."
So this one actually doesn't have the pliers. So this is a different tool. This
Correct.
is the other one that we
Yes.
usually take these and these to the range. This one,
We usually take a combination of this one, this one, and then
this
this
and a
one,
Leatherman.
and then we usually take one of the Real Avid cleaning kits as well, and that's kind of like our 3 like Real Avid thing that you can take to the range with
and
you.
I would say for anyone just getting into the AR-15 platform,
Yeah.
that's really what you should do to start before you start getting into like the more advanced tools that we have over here on our workbench, where you can start spending.
Yeah. I don't really know what that's.
You can
for.
start
It's-
spending.
castrator.
Yeah, no, you can start spending a lot of money on tools though.
Yeah, I think unless you're like, I mean, you should only buy. I'm kind of going to cameras right now, but you should only buy what you need.
Oh,
you know,
let's
Don't
talk about
just,
that,
like-
CJ.
Well, yeah, let's really talk about that. You should only buy what you need. You shouldn't buy like a whole bunch of stuff that is just going to sit on the shelf and not be used that often.
What is that up there?
Right?
Don't worry about
I
it.
was looking up that way too.
I didn't
actually.
buy that up there. No, that wasn't my decision.
You just want to buy another one that's identical to it.
I just want to buy another one that actually works. Anyway, so so my whole thing is, you shouldn't buy just a whole bunch of tools that you don't need. But like you said, Josh, this is a great way to if something breaks on your AR out in the field, you have an emergency backup. But also, this is probably what you should buy when you're starting to build or the process to build when you're not, after you're done like borrowing parts from the local mechanic shop, which apparently you can do, Charlie. I forgot that you told me that a long time
Yeah,
ago.
you can rent parts from your local AutoZone.
Yeah.
Tools, you mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
tools.
tools.
Not parts.
Can I rent a
they
transmission
don't like
from
it
you?
when you bring back used parts much.
But yeah, I didn't know you could just go to like some shop and be like, hey, can I borrow
it's
this?
usually free. You might have to put down a deposit you get back or give them your ID, something like that. But
You can do that at Menards
Yep.
as well.
Yep.
I think, what did I rent? I rented a power washer from there last
Really?
year. Yeah.
That's cool. For free?
yeah.
No, it wasn't free. It was like $20 for the
okay.
day or something.
Oh, so this one does come with the sight tool as well.
Yep.
It's just on the side. But so like this is Velcroed in. I am okay with that. Loose like this, I'm just not like. Actually, I might buy this one.
What is this one? This is the tactical gun multi-tool.
Yep.
I forget what this one's called.
You pair this with a vice grips, and you have, or with a Leatherman style, you have this essentially.
Yeah.
You might not have all the bits. It looks like this does have a few more bits than this one, but
The problem with bits is that
So this is the Wheeler Space Saver. That's what this is called.
Yeah.
This is a
this thing's
like a
bailed us out
go-to.
a number of times.
Yeah, this is a go-to tool. I don't go to the range without this because you always find yourself needing something while you're out there, and this will save you.
Can that unscrew barrel nuts?
This can do This can
no.
do any kind of like Torx or Allen that you would need. That's kind of the problem when
You can almost use it as a
Those are
punch,
also
too, in a
really
pinch.
sturdy. I've used those
Yep.
these smaller ones.
take off a hand guard, whatever.
as punches a number of times.
Yep.
They're great for that. You can also use them as a slave pin with some of the.
The other thing that's
thicker
nice
ones.
about these two is they're kind of specific in a length. Like this length isn't super common, but if you ever need to go buy a replacement set, you can go buy a replacement set, and they're standardized shank sizes.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Well, I think this whole tool is $12.
And what I think too, like I mean,
Yeah, it's like 12 or $15. It's cheap.
gosh, I might be buying some tools.
My-
That's what I need, more tools.
Of course, I've had mine for a while, so it might be like $25 now. but-
with a great set like this, I mean, this is great for people like us and maybe other people too who are watching who bring, 2 or 3 guns to the range. They're all kitted out with different accessories or something like that. Maybe
and you're
something.
tuning a gas block for the 19th time.
Yeah, yeah.
because
Maybe something's loose. Maybe something is, maybe something comes off, breaks or whatever, and you just, maybe you don't have the bit that came with
So-
the actual tool.
When I shot competitively a lot, I had a tool case just for my CZ shadows. It had everything I needed, like the specialty Allens and nothing else. One thing I don't like about these multi-tools is you get a lot of other stuff you just don't need in them. And it's kind of the good at a lot of things, great at nothing.
Yeah.
Is kind of the way I always look at a multi-tool. And part of that's just my mechanical history. Like, if I have to undo a screw with this, I'm going to get frustrated because it's like, give me an IKEA Allen wrench, Am I doing IKEA furniture here? No.
Yeah,
got a whole box of those over there if you want some.
we do.
Where it's like, okay, give me a screwdriver with a ratcheting handle and then a bunch of bits.
Yeah.
That is going to be so much more enjoyable to use. But now in your range bag, space becomes a premium, especially if you don't standardize around one gun.
Yeah.
Now the AR, there are some specialty tools that you need. Like this has like a bolt face cleaner and stuff like that in there, which
We usually bring like a tomahawk with us, and
yep. And it's so
even that's not super needed. But
yeah, like I guess how often are you cleaning your bolt face out on the range? On the
Really
flip,
should be doing that after or before.
correct. Now, you're out. You have somewhere you just can't get to clean it often. Could be a use case there at the same time. Maybe carry an extra bolt with you.
Yeah, actually.
Like,
I usually have 2 BCGs in my range bag. Actually,
what this does not solve is when your bolt snaps in half at the cam pin. So
or when your charging handle snaps at the elbow.
yeah, so like
that has happened to me. Just recently.
tools are great to have, but easy to change out replacement parts sometimes are almost better. So as far as solving the problem and just you're done, problem solved.
Right. So not as much as of a instant pass or instant smash, Josh.
Or pass.
No,
As you
yeah, I
thought.
think this whole section was kind of just to bring it all together and talk about toolless upgrades.
It's just funny because personally, I am literally sitting on a smash or pass on like a multi-tool like this, like a really good
Looking for one.
AR-15 based multi-tool.
That's cool.
But I haven't pulled the trigger on it. So
I forget what this one's called, but this one is a lifesaver. I know we use the heck out of this one and this Wheeler one all the time. So those are the go-tos. This one is good to have as well. I think we have one of these in the range bag, and I just grabbed the wrong one.
We do.
But
did you know that this piece is magnetic?
yeah,
News to me. This must be like a little like screw holder or something.
I have no idea.
So that's
I've never
I'm
used
trying
it
to
for anything.
so like this is kind of like it's good at a lot of things, but not great at any. Like
Maybe so you can set it up and
what size screw? What are you doing under the table, Josh?
I'm magnetizing, baby.
It's like I don't see myself ever using that.
no.
Like, oh, I got a couple extra screws. I'm going to put them in here, and I'm going to remember about it. Like, great idea on paper, but in reality, I don't know. It's like the storage in your grip.
Real Avid's great at
Like,
thinking
I'm going to
of.
put Skittles in here, and then they're going to be there for another year.
Well, Real Avid doesn't just make gun tools. So
That's true, yeah, but they are good at just. I don't want to say like over engineering sounds bad in a certain way. I'm not trying to like say that that's bad, but
over featurizing.
over featurizing, yeah, that's a great way to think of it. Yeah, just kind of think of what every square inch could be used for something. They probably had like a dead space up here, and we're like, what could we use that for?
Well, and if what it was is we did have a dead space and we just need to utilize it, but it's like that's extruded out just for that. So it could have gone straight. There's very little reason
Yeah, that's
that
true.
this had to stay here.
That's true.
Well, they wanted to put this here so you could use your front sight.
Yeah,
you
but
need grippies.
I don't know. There's enough grip right here, man.
Well, you need some grippies right here for when you're really in there, you know? Got to have the grippies.
You know, if you're going to give someone a reach around, at least give it to me.
On that note, this was our toolless.
Josh has something to do now.
This is our toolless upgrade segment of the podcast. Let us know down in the comments section what your favorite toolless upgrade is.
And I won because I guessed it.
He did win. He did guess it. So
beat
he. Do you even drink energy drinks?
He's got.
Well, if I bring in a Costco sparkling water,
I'll
energy
try
drink,
one.
Okay,
I'll try one.
I'll bring you in one on Monday. You're the winner.
I've
CJ
had
doesn't drink
Celsius
them
before
anyways.
they,
so-
like-
I don't even drink energy drinks, so it's good that you. That
Celsius, like I've had a couple before, and it's like 4 hours later, my body is just like heating up, and like because I don't know what it is, but it's like I don't feel great, but at the same time, like let's go.
I don't feel great, but I feel fast. Oh, we got to put this back in that JP box.
Oh,
Didn't
yeah,
we
that's
forget?
okay.
Yeah. So besides CJ, you won already. Anyways, you got the free cream soda,
That's true. I did. Thanks for that.
and we will see you guys next week. Take it easy.